What's up, y'all? Welcome to Marty P Mornings, where I summarize a chapter from the Bible and I'll let y'all know what I think about it. If y'all have any different views, please let me know what they are. Drop a comment, and while you're down there, just drop a like if you want to. Today I'll be summarizing chapter 4 of 2 Kings. Chapter 4, 2 Kings. I'm just gonna do like the first half. It's a pretty juicy chapter. So last chapter, what happened was King Joe of Israel, he was like, I'm about to go get these sheep and these rams with Jehoshaphat and another king. Elisha was there, and Elisha prophesied that they was going to win the war and, of course, get water. That's exactly what happened. So now here we are. Some time has passed and everything. So Elisha's just chilling, walking down the street with his servant G. His real name is Gehazi, but simple name, simple storyline, he's going to go with G. He low-key is a G, and I'll explain that later. So he's just chilling, walking down the street, and this lady that was married to one of the prophets that Elisha used to roll with, or rolls with, but he died, so he used to roll with him, goes up to him and says, hey, my husband died, and he was the main person that was making all this money. I don't have any money, and if I don't pay them the debt, they're gonna take my 2 sons away. Elisha was like, all right, cool, what you got in the house? She's like, all I got is this oil. All right, bet. Go to your neighbors, go to all of your neighbors and ask for jars, just like empty jars, not asking for jars of oil, just asking for jars. So she went around, got a whole bunch of jars and everything, and he told her every time she fills up a jar, put it to the side. Fill up a jar, pull it to the side. Her and her sons went all the way around the neighborhood and looked for all these jars. I got so many jars, so many jars. He was like, don't ask for one, ask for a whole bunch of them every time you go to everyone's house. They had so much oil, she would say, give me some more jars, and they was like, we don't have any more. So they filled up all these jars with the little bit of oil that she had, but filled it all the way up, all of them, and sold them. And when she sold them, she was able to pay the debt and have enough to take care of her and her family. So then, a little bit later, Elisha and G, they just walking down the street, chilling, and then this lady was like, hey, I want to have dinner with you. And not like that, you know what I'm saying? She had a husband and a whole family and everything, but she knew that he was like a man of God, so she wanted to have dinner with him. He was like, bet. So they ate, and every time he'd go to that city, she would invite him over for dinner. So one day, she was like, you know what, bump it, I'm about to make a whole room for this dude. She made a room for Elisha and G with a little desk, candle, bed, all that stuff. It was like in her attic. He was so thankful, he went up to her and said, what do you want? Do you want me to talk to the king? Do you want me to talk to the captain of the nation? What do you need? I got you. Whatever you need, I got you. She was like, these are my people. I think we're good. And G realized that what she really wanted was a son. She was like an older lady, but she didn't have any kids. So Elisha's like, you know what? I'm about to give you a son. And she was like, I'm married. Not like that. Don't play with me now. Like, I'm an older lady, Don't play with me. And he was like, no, I got you. A year later, she had a whole son. Boom. She was so proud, happy for him and everything. Years later, the boy is old enough to go run around playing and stuff like that by himself. He goes up to his dad and he's like, yo, my head hurts. And then all of a sudden, he passes out. His mom finds out about this, and then the boy dies in his mom's arms. The dad had no idea. The dad didn't know what was going on. She was like, bet. So she went up, she laid him in Elisha's room, went out to her husband, calm as ever. Hey, I'm about to go see Elisha real quick. And he's like, for what? It ain't even, we good. I'm about to go see Elijah real quick. Is our son all right? Is he straight? You know, he's busy. He's the working dad, so he's like working. Is our son all right? Is he good? She was like, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Just give me a donkey and I'm out of here. Bring me that ass. So she got a donkey, got on it, and rode. She went to Mount Carmel to go visit Elisha. So she's coming up Mount Carmel, and Elisha and G's like, yo, ain't that the lady? Ain't that the lady? He was like, yeah. Elisha said, go see what she wants. G goes up to her and is like, hey, how you doing? You all right? You good? She's like, everything's fine. All right, bet. I guess you want to go see Elijah. Let's go. She goes up the mountain, gets to Elisha. As soon as she gets to Elisha, she latches on to him. Like, she dives at his feet, trying to touch him and everything like that, trying to grab him. G is like pushing her off, like, hey, what you doing? What's wrong with you? Elisha's like, chill. I was supposed to sense her anger and her fear, but I didn't because she was hiding it so well. What's good? And she was like, didn't I tell you not to play with me? I told you not to play with me with my son. why'd you get my hopes up? He was like, oh, it's wrong. She told him someone's dead. And he sent G. Like, G, bring that ass here, hop on the donkey, and go. He said, don't wave at nobody. Don't say what's up to nobody. If people say you fake, I'll be that then. Keep it moving. Yeah, all right. Just keep going. He was like, bet. Went over there. He had Elisha's cane, right? So he took his cane, and he tried to heal the boy with the cane. Didn't work. Tried again. Didn't work. So Elijah was like, bet. Coming out like Thanos. I guess I'm going to have to handle this myself. Goes down, sees the boy, and he puts himself onto the boy. Puts his nose on the boy's nose, his eyes on the boy's eyes, his mouth, everything. He's just like on this boy, right? And he's like, he's on him, and he breathes. I think he breathes. But he's on him, and then all of a sudden, the boy starts coughing. He's alive now. The boy's alive, and he tells the lady, yo, get your son. And that's the end of this half of the chapter. So what I got from that was, 1, the greatest miracles are never executed alone. The only one is by God. A community comes into play at some form or fashion. For the people, by the people, with the people. There has not been not one miracle. Find one miracle in the Bible where it, like, other people was not involved at all. It takes a community. It takes a community for you to execute, learn. It takes a community for you to see a problem. Don't be so vain or so proud or afraid to ask for help. In these teams, when a community comes together, you'll notice how much you actually have to contribute to that community, to the cause, to that purpose. The lady, she said, I only got a little bit of oil. Then when the community came together and gave her all those jars, she realized, dang, I got more than I really thought I did. She had so much oil that she had more oil than the jars that the community gave to her. And it was a lot of jars. Sometimes it takes that community to prove and to show you how much you actually have inside. Don't underestimate that. That's 1. 2, don't just sit there and believe that your blessing is coming. Sometimes you have to do something about it. Now, just because you're doing something about it does not mean that you doubt that it's coming. Faith without works is dead. You feel me? So, when the boy died, right? The lady went to her husband. She's like, it's cool. It's all right. It's good. It's all right. Everything's all right. She didn't just sit on her hands and wait. Oh, so when Elisha comes down? No. She said, no, everything's cool. Bring that ass here. Got a donkey. Went straight to Elijah. Made it happen. You feel me? There's a lot of things in your life that you want or that you're praying for. And it's like you ask God for it and you know He's saying yes. Yeah, just get it. There's a blessing right here. Just grab it. He's not a guy that's like, oh, you got the equipment back. He's just like, get it. Get it. If you want it so bad, get it. And He wants you to get it. Don't be afraid to just like go out there and reach for that blessing. Work for that blessing. Man, this lady, her son just died. She was able to keep her composure. Everything's fine. Hop on a donkey, ride miles to a whole nother city, whole nother town, climb a mountain. She climbed a mountain. Was able to keep her composure so well that Elisha didn't even know that something was troubling her, and got up and grabbed him. As soon as she got her chance, she grabbed it. She grabbed that blessing. Do what it takes to grab your blessing. God already gave it to you. It's already in the books. It's already in your purpose and your destiny. It's your destiny to get it. Just get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Point 3. Sometimes you need to let people take advantage of you. But when Elisha was on the mountain and she came and grabbed him, G was, hey, look, what's wrong with you? What you grabbing this man for? But Elisha let her do it. It was kind of like when this lady like touched the hem of her garment, and Jesus was like, who touched me? But right when she touched him, she got a blessing just by touching him. Like she stole a blessing, kind of. She like stole a blessing. Elisha let her try to steal a blessing. There are people that need something and they think it's too much to ask for. So sometimes they just try to take it. And that comes with, some people want relationships, but they don't know how to ask for it. Hey, you my girl now. You my girl now. or money. Sometimes, like parents, most likely, if your parents have money and they can give it to you, they'll give it to you, or your friends or whatever. But sometimes you're just so proud or afraid to ask for it, so you have to take it, or anything. And sometimes you being that person that can provide to that person that really needs it, that is so desperate enough to steal it, you have to let them take it sometimes, or try at least. I guess what I'm saying is, there are people that don't know how to ask for things that seem easy to you, but maybe impossible for them. Elisha never brought anybody back to life. Okay, only blessing, she saw that he was a godly man, and that was it. That was it. She didn't see any true miracles. He just said she was gonna have a baby. She had a baby. Bet. But how can you go up to a man and say, my son died, bring him back to life? It's something hard to ask because you think it's impossible. But to Elisha, it was nothing. He did it. So sometimes you have to let people that don't know how to ask for something, let them try to take it. Especially if it's something that you can give up, let them try to take advantage of you. You bless someone who doesn't know how to ask for that blessing. In a way of doing that, you have to be accessible. For example, when we're dating, a lot of people have been hurt. Understandable. So we put that shield up. We put that guard up. G was the guard. G was like, yo, nah, what are you doing? Get off of him. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch my mans. But Elisha made himself accessible, made himself vulnerable so she could do so. In relationships, a lot of people, when they put that guard up, they miss out on either blessing someone else or themselves. We walk around just talking. We act like we're together except when it really matters. When you're truly exposed, that's when you're truly open. Open enough to receive blessings, open enough to give blessings. If I have my hand closed, I can't give you what you asked for. It has to be open. Most likely, something valuable is going to be enclosed in something. And the only way to get it is to open it up. Treasure, food from the refrigerator, gold from the ground. When Elisha went to the boy, the difference between Elisha and G was closed. G took the staff and put it on the boy from a distance. G, staff, boy. Boom. That was it. That's all he did. Elisha exposed himself. Elisha was vulnerable to whatever killed the boy. He spoke himself to death. When you expose yourself, you're in someone's situation. You're not like, dang, that's messed up, shake my head. You have to be, I understand you, I feel you. What can we do to make this better? That's in the work environment, that's in relationship, that's in friendships, any interaction that you have with other people. If you truly want to help someone, if you truly want to bless someone, you have to expose yourself and make yourself accessible to understand what they're going through. So yeah, that's all I got. One, it always takes a community to create something great. With that community, you will discover that you have a lot more in you than you thought you did. Two, believe that your blessings are coming and go get it. Let's just go get it. And three, expose yourself. Make yourself more accessible to the people that truly need it. If I know how to ask you for $1,000, I know how to ask all these other people. So you're not helping me as much as you're helping someone that doesn't know how to ask. That could be $1,000 advice, physical help, spiritual, whatever, anything, a relationship, a specific mentality. Expose yourself. Make yourself more available to give and to receive blessing. And that's all I got for you today.